Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam RPG with me, Bring It On. We still have a few more NPCs to talk to here in Otradnoye before we can be on our way. Before you stands an aging man with an old rifle in his wrinkled hands. He looks at you with mostly concealed interest. Hey, can I ask a few questions? Hey there, ask away, and I'll try to get you some answers. What are you guarding? It's the village treasury. We keep the taxes we gather here and use them for the common good. If you got any funny ideas, my friend. I don't recommend you trying them out. I may be old, but I'm a great shot. I mean you no harm. Tell me about yourself. What's there to tell? I'm a simple man. The one thing that makes me special is my aim. I can hit a radioactive spider in the eye socket from 200 paces. That's right. I don't like to brag, you know, but for many years now, I've won the local top marksman contest. Well, good for you, my man. Now what's new around the village? Nah, all is well. With our head, there's no time to be lazy or sad. He's a great man. I believe in him. Our whole village believes in him, and his faith is what keeps us all together. Everything is fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, can I ask something else? Have you heard any rumors? They say plenty of monsters are seen in the south and in the north. Giant spiders, wasps, and even more dangerous things. Some even settled near the village. I don't know whether they can breed. If they can, we're in trouble. Yeah, dangerous situation. Alright. This is Kovalev. He's the head of the village. We'll be working with him for a little while. He has a few of the larger quests in the game. And before you stands an old man in an old and battered but clean jacket. He looks around 60, but hale and hearty for someone living in the wastes. It's possible his real age is closer to 70. His strict face is graced with a brush-like mustache. What do you need, comrade? Can I ask you a few questions? I'm very busy. Please, speak with someone else in the village. Or someone in the village. He turns away from you, letting you know the conversation is over. Okay, so we have to do Katya's quest first. We spoken to her? Yes, we have. Let's make sure there's no NPCs walking around that we haven't spoken to before we head out of the village. So we'll have a little bit to do outside the village before we come back. We'll fight all the bugs. We'll talk to 2 NPCs out there. She's the one we just spoke to. Okay, not her. Make sure there's no visitors. There are some NPCs that show up randomly to the village that aren't here 24/7. So I'll make sure that I don't miss any of those whenever I'm here. I think for the most part they show up out here in front of the tavern. It always pays to be a little thorough. Alright, let's out to the outskirts of the village and see what we can get into. Yes, there's enemies over here. These are the mushrooms that we're after. Those red-capped ones. Alright, I'm gonna let him come to me. So a few options. You can do an aimed attack, you can do a slash, or a stab. I'm gonna go for the aimed attack since I have 4 AP. Let's go for the torso. Ideally, eyes are what you go for. Because then a crit to the eyes can do absurd amounts of damage. It can get pretty crazy. Oh, I don't want to fight the bugs yet. I need to go find the Fisherman first. I almost forgot. So I think he's this way. Yeah, let's go talk to the Fisherman before we do any bug killing. because he teaches us an important skill. Also, this circle comes into play a little later in the game. Oh wow, I didn't take him out. Okay, let's scoot back a little bit. Yeah, so the bugs won't drop anything yet until we do the Fisherman's quest. Oh, that's worth a fair bit. Alright, before you stands a tall, gray-haired man in a scuffy-looking sweater. He looks at you suspiciously, without blinking. There's a knife in his hand that's pointing in your general direction. From the look of the fishing poles scattered on the shore, he was fishing before you arrived. Who are you? I don't know you. Get away from me. I give the man a once-over. What are you staring at? I'm not a shop window. Move along if you don't want to be stabbed. The man takes up a fighting stance with his knife in front of his body. He studies your every movement without blinking. Seems he's ready for you to attack at any moment. Don't get so nervous. I just wanted to talk. The man has a short inner struggle before he finally puts down the knife and squints his eyes at you. Fine. I'm sorry. My nerves are pretty shot nowadays. What did you want to ask? How's the fishing? Have you caught something recently? Somewhat. This pond is pretty small, but there's plenty of fish in there. The problem is that, although dumb, even those critters learn over time. And now they aren't even biting as fast as they did before. Can I fish too? You want to fish, huh? Well, maybe you can. It's just that you don't really know what the local fish like. They're real gourmets in these parts. No worms for them. They're like bait made from all the critters around. The giant ants, wasps, and spiders. Well, there's plenty of those around. The fisherman gives you a crooked smile and spits through his teeth. Yep, there's many of those mutants and freaks in these parts. But how would you know which of their limbs and organs are fit to make bait? I wager you don't. Am I right? So here's what we're gonna do. Go to the nearest pub and get me something strong. For that, I'll teach you the basics of bait harvesting. Just remember, I don't want anything they mix themselves. Normal pre-war alcohol only, and the harder the better. I have a bottle of some good stuff right here. Look, I want some pre-war vodka. I don't care if it's cheap or expensive. It can even be stronger than vodka, but it's gotta be pre-war made. Well, here's some vodka. You hand the bottle to the fisherman. He quickly takes it from you, quickly checks the label out, and puts the bottle into his bag. Hey, that's some good vodka you got. Stuff made for importing, you know? Now it's gonna keep me company, and help me lose some radiation if I get lucky and unlucky and catch the sickness. Now that you've fulfilled your side of the deal, it's my turn. Listen carefully and remember, hear the guy out. The fisherman explains to you how to field dress the bodies of giant ants, wasps, and spiders. Every critter has its own nuances, but all can be dismembered even without a knife. Even a sharp stone would do. You also learn that the favorite foods of the local fishes are ant spit glands, wasp legs, and spider brains. The world is truly a marvelous place. Also, that stuff can be sold. The wastes are home to many fools that like hanging wasp legs in their shacks to show off their hunting skills. It's particularly funny because even common wasps are much more dangerous than those genetic mistakes. But who cares? Any item that costs money is worth selling, right? Wow, thanks for all the knowledge. I better go and think of what I learned here. How are the fish biting? It depends. Today was pretty calm, for example. Nothing special. Hey, can I ask you some questions then? The man nods silently. How's life? Here? Nothing special. I come to this place to fish, and that's that. Life is alright, given the circumstances. There's fish to catch, mushrooms and berries to pick. Sometimes I even get bread and meat. The important thing is to not join in any collective. So, got fed up with all the people? The fisherman turns away and gives his surroundings a harsh glance. Finally, he chuckles mirthlessly and turns back to you. Don't know how to put it. It's just that I believe that when people come together, they turn into a herd. A herd is only good for slaughter, if you catch my drift. It's not my style, therefore I'm a loner. I see. Tell me about yourself. I live alone. I fish, I set snares, I bow to nobody. If you're interested in my pre-war life, I was a nobody, really. A simple taxi driver. When I learned about the first bombs falling, I quietly gathered my stuff and went into the woods. My wife declined to join me, and the first typhus epidemic got her. Sad to hear. What can you tell me about the village? There's nothing to tell, really. I don't spend much time with the locals. I don't like their head, this Comrade Kovalev. An old man who believes himself to be some sort of czar, or general secretary. He's really lost all grip on reality. His flock is molested daily by bandits and other folk, and all he does is blink. Interesting opinion. Have you heard any rumors? I heard that there was an acid rain due north of here recently. Plenty of years have passed since the war, but the repercussions of that evil are still with us. Here's my advice. Don't approach any suspicious heaps of rubbish without a radiation counter. Rad sickness is no joke. An alcoholic will try and cure it with vodka. A drug abuser is going to use ibuprofen, but the result will still be the same. Any help you had will be lost. Well, thank you for the advice. Alright, so you can fish here. And there's a very slight chance, depending on your luck attribute, of course, you can catch a special fish that can even talk. I didn't mean to run all the way up here. Let me pull back. There we go. Yeah, there's a chance you will catch a golden fish. And I think if you promise to let him go, he'll give you +1 point into one of your characteristics. I don't know if it's set. There's a couple ways to gain bonuses to your characteristics throughout the game. Some of them are set, like there's one that will only give you luck. Actually, I think there's 2 that give you luck. But I think the fish will give you 1 into whichever one you choose. And there's also a couple other items that will give you +1 to whichever one you choose as well. So I can't dig up that grave because it's not. How do I swap? There we go. This is why it's important to have a rusty knife. That would have come in handy if I didn't already have a sharpened knife. Yeah, this is why it's important to have a shovel on you, for obvious reasons. You can stumble across some loot. I don't think there's ever anything of particular note that you can dig up. At least that I recall. But still, free loot is free loot. See, 10 rubles? Heck yeah. Whoops. Nope, let him come to me. Hey, leveled up! See, if I had the Child Prodigy distinction, that would not be the case. Fantastic. Alright, so I'm actually going to pump up my speechcraft. Probably there to there. Do something like that. We should also have enough for an ability. So if I was playing on easy, I'd be getting 3 points here per level, but since I'm playing on expert, I only get 1. So easy is 3, normal is 2, and then expert is 1. And if I was playing on easy, I'd probably go up this line first, which gives you 10% discount everywhere, which is really good. Fast learning Plus 3 skill points at every level up, also very good. And obviously the earlier you get this, the better. Bookworm, double skill point gain from reading, and then effective training plus 20% to XP. This is a very good skill line to go up first. I'm still tempted to, because we'll be taking this character into the expansion. So I also plan on going down this path, obviously, because I'm a melee build. I want to go up here as well. A lot of really good skills here, and I have to decide which ones I want to take. So Way of the Warrior is really good, plus 10 to martial and melee weapons, or martial arts and melee weapons. And then Master of Dodging is pretty good. Sambo is also really good, plus 10% chance to stun during close quarters combat. First Blood is really only good if you have a stealth build, because there's no way to guarantee you'll attack first and draw first blood. Some of these I think are new. I don't remember the skill tree being this large last time I played, so I'm looking over some of this stuff. 50% chance to ignore armor in close quarters. That's really good. But I have to invest in First Blood to get there. I think I'm going to focus on getting tanky first. I'm going to grab this, of course, and then focus on getting tanky. So plus 20% resist the knockdown. Plus the plus 20% carry weight is very good as well. Just place plus 50% to base damage and melee. That's also really good. Shield Master is really good as well. No debuffs for shield use. It's very powerful. Shield Bearer, plus 15% chance to block with his shield. Oaken Skin is really good as well. Plus 4 to resist damage, plus 1 protection from damage. That one's pretty good, but it requires you to take damage first. Then Praetorian is also really good. No penalty for wearing heavy armor with or without a helmet. So I'm going to start with Way of the Warrior, because that'll just help us out a lot in the beginning. I'm still split about this skill tree. But because last time I was so limited in how many skill points I had, I'm nervous about going up this way and not being able to level up and get all the other skills that I want. We'll focus on combat first. Oh, poisoned. Best way to deal with poison is to drink water, which we don't have. Shoot. That's why I was just going to take that antidote then. Or not. How much is it going to affect us? We might be okay to not waste any resources on it right now. But yeah, you just drink water to help with poison. Some way to look at it. Where's it at? There's another chart. Here we go. In the radiation, you use alcohol to fix, and then poison is water. As well as medicine. There's medicines for each one as well. I saw with this hunger, 0 out of 1500. Assuming I'm just not hungry then? I don't think time passes when you're not, like, on the overworld. If you're just running around inside of a map or inside of a location, time does not progress. Don't think we can get in here yet, right? Oh, we can. Sweet. Interesting. Does someone sleep in here, or is this bed just for show? Nice, sweet. Bottle with water. We can use that for a poison. So if we... There you go. My poison's gone. So we should be able to move. Maybe I can't do it yet. Maybe I need attention for it. Oh no, here we go. You see a light under the bed. Maybe a hidden passage is behind it. There we go. We're not going to go down there yet. I didn't check the outhouse. Doesn't look like there's anything in there, so we're fine. This field looks acceptable, but first you need to plant the crops. Do I have crops to plant? I think we get seeds later on. We can come here and plant those. Alright, there is a thing over here. I don't know if I need high enough attention for it. Or I can just stumble across it. Yeah, this sharper knife that we got is a really good find this early on. It's going to carry us through a fair bit of the early game. So I'm really glad that we managed to buy that. But we've come full circle, it looks like. I'm trying to remember where this stash is at. I thought it was over here. Like around this rock. Maybe this guy tells me where it's at. Let's go talk to this NPC real fast. Oh, went too far. Unless it's down here. Photo. I guess some TT is really good, actually. Let's give him the logs. I could just sell this. I don't plan on doing any crafting. So selling these recipes might be a lot more beneficial. 26, 35. That's almost all of his money. I wouldn't mind trading for that tea. Cost 25. Ready yet? I'll just trade him to this. Alright. Before he stands an old man sporting a mustache. He's wearing a foreign tracksuit. There's a flat cap on over his graying hair, and hanging around his neck are some old spectacles. He welcomes you with a firm handshake. Hey there. Hope the monsters didn't bite you on the way here. Thanks. I had to fight a few, though. See? It's dangerous to walk around here alone. There are monsters all around the village. This place is practically under siege. One thing is nice. They don't attack on their own usually. Or I'd have a hell of a time cooped up in here. All those spiders, ants, rats. Ugh. It's like they're symbiotic. A few more years and they'll form a political party. The man lets out a mirthless laugh and eyes his surroundings, as if looking for something. He then exhales and turns his head back to you. But anyway, see? I have this fire going. If you have any canned food or tea, you're graciously invited to cook it here. Use my pot if you will, or just sit down and get yourself warm. And speaking of relaxation, if you by any chance have a pair of dice, we might sit down and play for a while. I seem to have lost my own pair some time ago. I'm not much of a gambling man, but I think it's a fun way to spend time. Well sure, let's play. How can we play without dice? I don't have my own, but we can get some from that other guy. I've never played dice with this guy, I don't know if there's any special interactions for that. But if I remember, we'll do that before we leave the village. Then I'd like to ask you some questions. He nods and crosses his arms on his chest, waiting for your question. How's life? I could be worse. Only recently learned what's it like to live alone. Bought myself a sheep. But what do you know? Bandits started raiding the place right after that. Had to cope somehow. As soon as the mugging stopped, scaring me, some monsters migrated here from the south. Giant wasps, huge ants, spiders of all sorts. I never even knew there were such beasts in the world. But at least it's not boring. There's that. I see. Another question, maybe? Tell me about yourself. Before the bombs, I was a civil helicopter pilot. In the mountains, there were lots of settlements, which were hard to reach by car, so I delivered food and medicine to all of them. I don't even know how they are coping now. Hope everything's alright. I see. What's new around the village? I'm living here independently, sort of. If I get sick, I visit Doc McCullion in the village. Sometimes I get water from them folks, but mostly I live on my own. It's more comfortable for me this way. Some like constant company, but some like to be alone. I'm one of the latter. Have you heard any rumors? I heard of some adventuring type that buried a stash somewhere in the area. After that, I think he got shot, or mauled by wolves. And the stash is still there. I'd go and look for it, but I'm too lazy. So you're welcome to try your luck searching. I won't mind. Alright, so yeah, the stash he's talking about is the one that I was talking about. And I swear it's over here. I just gotta find it. Because it's got a pretty good reward inside. But I might search for it off camera so I don't waste too much time digging around. But I know that it's over here somewhere, I thought. It's around the village somewhere. It's part of one of 3 or 4 that we find. You find a piece of an item that you can get a quest for. Oh, I forgot I could do this. Okay, well, that helps out a little bit. In the meantime, let's go to the merchant and to Katya, turn in the quest for the toadstools. I think we have all the ones we need. Hello, how's the gathering going? Got something for me? Yes, I do. Here you go. Good work. I'm proud of you. Let me see. You hand her the mushrooms. She scrutinizes the fungi with a professional eye, and satisfied with the quality, smiles broadly. Oh, well, it's alright I suppose, but I'm just so tired. It was no small task to get these, you know. I went to hell and back for those fungi. Almost died, in fact. So what do you say, madam? Mayhap your knight deserves this real reward for his epic deeds. Oh, my hero. My own gallant Sir Bors. Here's another 20. You know, to aid in your recuperation. Well, thanks a lot. Now how about speaking to the village head? Sure thing. I'll write a note to Comrade Kovalev right now with my recommendation. I'll give it to him personally, since I'm sure he'll want to talk to you. He lives to the left of the bar entrance. Good luck. Well, thanks. I better go. So yeah, now we should be able to talk to Comrade Kovalev. Can I inspect it? Comrade Kovalev, this person is looking for a job. Seems trustworthy, so maybe you can help them out. Katya Richenko. But we won't talk to him right now. We have other things to do. Oop. Okay, so I still don't have enough... I guess I still don't have enough speechcraft to convince him. I hope I can get that quest. I don't want to miss out on a quest. 119 rubles. Alright, fantastic. Sell that. I thought I picked up some other junk. Well, here, you can have those. I don't plan on doing any fishing. So I really don't have the luck required for it. I'd waste a lot of time there. I might do it, might try it out later, but for now, I'm not going to bother. Okay. Well, I hope I don't miss out on his quest. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna hold on to the wires, because I need those for a quest later. Not quite yet. Okay, there's one more thing. Well, I guess that's it for now. We'll talk to Comrade Kovalev in the next... Did we speak to this guy? I don't think we spoke to him last time. Before you stands a tough, hard-looking man aged around 45. He's wearing an old sunburnt shirt with short sleeves and hardy work pants. It's hard not to notice a wide black mustache on his strict face. Hey there, can I ask you some questions? The man eyes you moodily. He seems tense, but your charisma seems to put him more at ease. He lets his guard down and suddenly looks more shy than strict. Ask away. How's life out here? It's an okay living. We work hard and never dawdle. Now isn't that great? Tell me about yourself. At first the man seems not to trust you, but later, and mostly because you made a good first impression, he lets his guard down a bit. I'm a simple man. I work a lot. I wish everyone would be like that. Work keeps all the bad thoughts away and lets you sleep better. Before the war, I worked a tractor on a communal farm. After the war, I didn't really switch to a new profession. It's just that I don't get to have a tractor anymore. I work with my hands in the fields. Well, that's sad to hear. What's new around the village? If there's anything new, I'd tell you, but things tend to stay the same around here. Well, that's good in a way. Have you heard any rumors? They say there's some cult in Krasno City that helps honest folk. Sounds great, right? Still, I don't trust that kind of charity. Maybe I'm wrong about them, but it seems they have some sort of agenda. A shady agenda. Well, anything is possible. Okay, I'm gonna call the episode here. Off camera, I'm gonna see if I can find that stash, because I know it's out there somewhere. I just gotta find it. And then we'll talk to Kovalev. Oh, he's in here. That's right. So, that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.